I was successful, but I lost it all. I went to prison and even lost my family. I came out a drug addict, but I found some help. This is my comeback story. You guys are along for the ride, and one day I'll be able to look back at this, see all the hard work I put in, coming from nothing, losing everything, restarting in my mid-30s, and getting into real estate. You guys are gonna see this. Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome to another episode. This one's gonna be a little different. All right, this is going to be a different episode than we normally do. I usually go into my talking points, I show you guys the jobs, and then we do like a wrap up towards the end. I'm 15 plus videos ahead of you guys. There's a lot of things I don't get to share with you. I mean, me being that far ahead, I've learned new things. I've came across different patches of resistance. There's so many new things that I've learned about landscaping. I'm still winging things. I told you guys, a lot of the things that I do, or a lot of the jobs that I've been doing, I go on YouTube and I learn, or I go to Google and I pick things up. I'm not a professional in this area yet. And that's why I think this channel's special, because I'm actually doing something from scratch. We're building something from nothing, and we're gonna build it into something. So you guys get to go along the way with me, and I get to do I do all my learning right in front of the camera with you guys. Most of my episodes you guys watch, I've watched videos before I do the job. And also, I feel like I've been leaving a lot of things out of my intros or my videos. Like I said, since I'm 15 videos ahead of you guys, and me not knowing the channel was gonna grow like this, I wasn't adding pieces of gold nuggets in there for you guys, or just things I was going through that you can learn from for your business, for your growth. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna start cutting up my intros, editing my videos a little different, actually adding things in there that you can learn from, things I've learned that I can pass on to you. So with that said, we're gonna start changing the episodes up a little bit. I'm gonna redesign everything, and I'm gonna start feeding you guys better information. I feel like I've been lacking in that area, and I'm sorry that I haven't posted a video in a while. This is why I wanna take you behind the scenes, kind of show you what I'm going through, my growth, my plans, exactly where I'm at, and kind of bring you guys into the now. So I'm gonna go over some different talking points. I'm going to go over just some of my past, what I've been going through, and where we're heading. And I'm also taking you on a trip to Chicago with me. As I've been shooting these videos, I'm not just solely engaged in my work. My mind's in like 3 million different places. It's growing my business, where we're going in the future, how I'm going to get there, and when I get there, how I'm going to do it. There's so many working parts to growing a business. It's not as easy as just going out and getting an LLC or your contractor's license and some insurance and just going for it. Now, I've said this before, if you just want to do what I'm doing now and work less than what I'm doing now, depending on the jobs, I can work three days a week, depending on what the jobs are, and pay all my bills and get by just fine. That's not my plan. Everybody's different. There's some people that just want to pay their bills, have a little chunk of cash in the bank, and be totally fine. That's not me. Even if I had $1 million in my bank account, I want to scale to 2. So with all that said, when there's 3 million different things going on behind the scenes that I don't even really get to share with you, I'm going to keep scaling my business, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes I don't even get to share with you guys. So this episode, like I said, I'm taking you to Chicago. I'm going to show you some of my advertising things, and I want to hit on some points, new things that I've learned, things I've gone through, and things maybe that can help you in your growing business. So we're going to shoot a different episode. Here goes the ride. We're going to go over some talking points. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Keep subscribing, and thank you for sticking along with the story. I appreciate you guys. Here goes the start to the day.
Please edit.
All right, we're doing another check-in. So we're here in Illinois, just right outside of Chicago. As you guys just seen, we checked out that 2003 Duramac with the dump trailer and the plow on it, but it wasn't the one. It was lagging, didn't have a lot of power, and it just seemed like if we put it under some kind of snow load or put 5 yards or 4 yards of landscaping material in the back, I don't feel like it had the power to do anything. So decided to pull out on that one. I'm gonna go sit in the car, look on Facebook Marketplace, check out some other options, look at some other dealerships, and see what we can find out here. So anyways, truck didn't work out. I mean, it's on the back burner, but we're gonna look at some. I'm gonna look at some other options and then go from there. Energy drink time. All right, we just got done putting one of those signs down in a heavy traffic area. So if you're putting your signs out, you want to find that spot where there's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of cars coming in and out. The spot we just picked right now, there's a church back there, several subdivisions, there's a golf course, some private homes back there. So there's a lot of traffic that comes in and out. So hopefully we have some success with that. I'm putting them in the spots. I mean, I don't know this area obviously like the back of my hand. I just moved to Idaho a little over a year ago. So I'm picking the best spots that I know of. And we're trying to spread them around the Eagle, Meridian, and Boise area. Right now we've just hit Eagle, Semi, and then we're hitting Meridian. We're gonna head to old Boise here soon. I got some more signs back home. So anyways, we're finding those spots where there's a lot of traffic. Do the same for your business. Get out there and advertise. All right, here we go. All right, before we move on, I just want to share a couple things with you guys, things that I've learned, roadblocks I've ran into, some of my successes, and some things I could have done better. So as you guys know, if you keep up with my channel, I'm not perfect. There's some things I'm coming to realize where I failed this year, where I could have pivoted, what things I could have done different. But I came up short this year because I was thinking about the now, and I was thinking about the future, but I didn't really open my mind until we got into the winter months and I started seeing different opportunities. And if you're a new business owner, you're going to run into this too. You're not going to know every aspect of all, the business industry that you're in, or the opportunities that are out there awaiting for you, or just out there, period. So as I was building my landscaping business, I was balls to the wall, working as hard as I can. My mind was get the next job, onto the next job, onto the next job, onto the next job. And I got to a point to where I told you guys a million times, I haven't advertised in 4 months. That's a failure right there. I could have hired somebody in the meantime, taken on some of the jobs I was doing, and I could have got my butt out there and kept advertising, and I literally could have 3 to 5x my business this year. But this is a new industry to me. I didn't know anything about landscaping. This is a completely new industry to me. I was in my whole adult life before I went to prison, I was in a whole different industry. So we're learning so much as I'm recording these episodes, as I'm going along with my business career here. There's a lot of things that I could have done different that we're learning, but next year is going to be a whole different ball game. We're going to be a 6-figure business next year, and the year after that we're shooting for 7 figures. And you guys get to see it on these episodes. You guys get to watch me go from nothing to something. As I was going on to the next job, to the next job, to the next job, I could have been advertising, and on top of that, I wasn't thinking about fall cleanup. I could have built a fall cleanup crew. I could have been advertising for it. I could have had a team of leaf blowers and rakers and just a fall cleanup crew ready to rock, so we could have pulled in that extra money during the winter months, because now my business is kind of starting to slow down, but we're still killing it right now. We got some money in the bank, but in hindsight, I didn't realize that I could do leaf cleanup. I didn't realize that I could have added on a Christmas light sector to my business. Christmas lights is a huge thing here. When I drive around, all I see is Christmas light advertising. So I guess people go out, they buy Christmas lights in bulk, they sign contracts with people in the area, they go put them up, they'll fix them if anything happens, and they'll take them down at the very end, and they make it X amount of dollars. I mean, some of these big mansions, I mean, that's a pretty big house. I mean, I'm guessing it's probably like $1,000 to put it up on that house right there. I don't even know the industry, but I'm going to get to know that industry. So there's a Christmas light industry, fall cleanup, and snow removal. My whole focus, honestly, my mind didn't shift to snow removal until about halfway during the summer, and I went on me and my girlfriend went on an emailing rampage, calling property management companies, emailing them. We were getting no response because we're getting the same answer all the way through. We don't own these properties, or we're already using something. I'm not the property owner, blah, 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 blah. So I felt like I was hitting a roadblock. I was getting scared towards it. I'm still scared, but I got some news. But I was getting scared at the end. I was like, hey man, I killed it this year. I put some money in the bank, but I have nothing going on this winter. What am I going to do? I built this great business in the area, and I'm only going to get better, but what am I going to do during the winter months? My rent's $3,000 plus I got my grocery bills, plus I got other bills too. So I was kind of getting worried. Those are some of the things I overlooked: winter cleanup, Christmas lights, but those are things that we're going to do next year. And I'm telling you guys, nobody's perfect. That's why I'm recording my business journey for you guys, is I want to show you that some guy that lost it all, that was depressed, didn't want to live anymore. I don't want to go into that part, but I passed away, and I'm so thankful I got another shot at life. But I want to show you guys that somebody can come back and do it on camera, not like most YouTubers where they're already successful and they just tell you how to do it, and it's not even all the steps how to do it. So I'm showing you guys from start. We're going to show you to finish, because we're going to get to 7 figures as a landscaping business within the next 2-3 years, and I promise you that. We're getting into real estate, but those are some of the things I overlooked and that I miss. But I have some news. As I was working on snow removal this winter, or during the summertime, emailing, blah, 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 I went on some snow removal groups on Facebook. I basically gave a little piece of my life story. Hey man, I've struggled in the past. I built a great business this year. I've came so far. Literally, all I'm looking for is for one shot, one opportunity. Sometimes you have to be vulnerable to people. Sometimes you have to put vulnerability out there for people to go, you know what, man, I want to give that guy a shot. Don't always act like I say, be confident, but this is what I mean with judgment. Sometimes you have to know when to be vulnerable, let that confidence down, and just be real with people. I went on Facebook. I put it out there. I didn't care if anybody passed judgment. Just say, I need an opportunity. I built a good business this year, but my family and putting food in your mouth all relies on me. And there's no way I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna allow myself to fail. If anybody gives me the opportunity, I'm telling you, I will treat these opportunities like it's your business. If there's any way you can lead me, any opportunity you can give me. So I had a couple people reach out. I met one realtor. He is now a business client of mine. I believe I met him off Blue Collar Millionaires, a Facebook group. He's a really successful realtor. realtor in the area. He gave me shots. He gave me opportunities, and he gave me a shot to do 3 apartment complexes, take them on for snow removal, which could have been tons of money in the bank for me. But I ran into this. I was overworked, trying to get to the gym, but I've been skipping the gym. Being a good father, all the life things, man. I was coming home trying to do my best. I felt behind every single day, anxiety through the roof. And when I got this opportunity, I didn't have enough time to even figure out even how to quote snow removal jobs. So I'm sitting here trying to learn how to do snow removal quotes, blah, blah, blah. I put in a bid for this opportunity. I lost the opportunity because I guess my quote wasn't on. They went with somebody else, but I didn't stop there. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are going to be business owners, you have to have an unbreakable drive. Not everybody's cut out to be an entrepreneur. You have to have no quit in you. So when I lost that opportunity, I went and put another post in a snow removal group. I met some guy in Boise. He owns a snow removal company in this area. I put a post out there asking, hey, is there any opportunities? Because at this point, all the contracts are sucked up. So my only bet at this point is to try to get subbed out by somebody. So I met somebody in Boise. They own a snow removal business. We're meeting on Tuesday. They're going to sub my business out. I flew to Chicago to look at some trucks. I actually found one. We're going to have it shipped over here. I told the guy I had a 4-wheeler with the plow, a truck with the plow, and hand shovels. Did I have any of those things? No, but I know I'm going to get them. But I sold myself. I sold my business, and I sold myself to this guy, and he gave me an opportunity. We're going to sit down and work on the fine numbers, but he was talking around $85, $90 an hour to go take on his routes. So my business will be subbed out this year. We're going to be pulling $85 and $90 an hour just doing plowing. We got to work on the fine numbers when I meet him on Tuesday at his shop. If I'm spreading with my truck and I'm doing extra work, I believe I'll be making more. So I don't know the full ins and outs yet. We had a brief conversation. Seems like he likes me, and we're getting an opportunity, boys. So I'm telling you guys, if you're going to start your business, you can never give up. You can never break. You can never quit. You got to keep pushing forward. And I'm telling you guys, sometimes there's times that I don't want to do this. I don't want to do crap. I want to give up. I want to sit back and watch TV and not do anything. But if you want to be successful, you have to push and push and push. So anyways, those are some of the things I ran into this year. I overlooked some things. We got some stuff on deck. It looks like we're going to stay alive this winter. I was super worried that I was going to film all these episodes and we were going to go into winter and we we're going to die out. My episodes were going to come to an end and you guys would never hear from me again. I'm telling you, I'm a normal human being. I have the same feelings as everybody else. I was super worried. We built this channel up and it was going to die off, but something came through because I never stopped. And on top of that, this episode, I'm showing you guys that I go out. I went to Vistaprint, had some signs made with my business logo on one side and some other services with my business phone number on the other side, showing snow removal, landscape trimming, because there should be trees that fall over this winter. I want to get out there with a chainsaw and cut some limbs down or trim up some shrubs or whatever it is, landscaping stuff. People stop breaking their yards during the winter time. So I'm taking advantage of those opportunities. I still haven't quit. I'm out promoting now. I'm doing yard signs all over the Treasure Valley area. So this episode kind of gets to go into the promotional end of it too. So I'm showing you guys I never gave up. Those are some of the things I came in, or some of the problems I had, or some of the things I overlooked. And we're on the road to success, man. So if I'm making 85, 90 bucks an hour this winter, I'll be just happy. Plus, if I get some phone calls because my advertising yard signs that I put out, and I get to pick up some more personal accounts, some residential accounts, we're gonna make some money this year, and I have full confidence that we will. And it's all about confidence, man. You have to be confident. All right, and there's one more thing I want to, or there's another failure I want to talk about, because I've actually had this problem a couple times this summer or this work year. Is I'll get out. There's jobs I've done before, and I'm confident I can do them. I don't need to watch videos of them. I don't need to go on Google and check out the job or how to do it. So I'll show up, and this is a mistake on my end. A lot of my customers are older and they have nobody to talk to. So they'll sit there and talk to me the whole time I'm trying to give them a quote. I'm walking their property, or I'm walking their house, or whatever it is. And I'm taking a quick glimpse at the job, and I'm engaging in conversation with them. I'm not paying full attention to my quote or what I'm doing. This has turned out to be devastating on a couple instances. So there was, let's just say, I've done stone edging before. You guys haven't got to see I think I've done stone edging 2, 3, 4 times now. I think you guys have only seen one time that I've done it during the episodes, or during the episode series so far. So there was one time, I'm confident, I've done stone edging before now, and the customer's talking to me, and I'm just glancing around, and I'm not paying attention to the earth. I'm not paying attention to the ground where I'm going to be working. So I'm sitting there going, no problem, easy. I forgot what I quoted him, $800, $600, whatever it was. One side was super simple, but I didn't pay attention to the other side. He had mulch on the ground. There was 2 stumps that were covered by mulch, which is kind of hidden. You know, maybe I would have found them, maybe I wouldn't. But this is what I'm talking about. When you're giving quotes, pay attention. There was 2 stumps in the ground where I'm supposed to do these stone edging. So he's got mulch over it, and on top of that, there's shrubs on each side where I'm on each property line. So when I go to do the next edging line on the other side of his garden area, it's nothing but tree roots from the shrubs, and I can't build a line because there's shrubs on each side of him. I'm like in a little alleyway of shrubs, plus dead trees that are covered up by mulch. It was a nightmare. It was a failure. Luckily, I've worked for him before. He knows I do good work. He wants to keep me around, but I'm sitting there trying to build a trench to put these stone edges in there because he bought ones that are like 8 inches tall. So I had to put them down at least 4 inches to make them look good and symmetrical all the way down. So I'm sitting there trying to put the stone edges in there, and it's a root and tree stump nightmare. Literally, it was going like this. I put the beginning portion of them in pretty good, and he just said, you know what, maybe you should have paid attention. And I wanted to fire back, well, maybe if you weren't talking to me. But it's no one's fault. It's my fault at the end of the day. I own the business. I'm the professional. I should have been paying attention. So at the end of the day, we agreed since we weren't going to trench it and it was going to cost more money, he didn't want to trench it. He said, maybe next year we'll trench it. So I just put the stones above some of the root area, and they were just sitting on the surface, and I kind of pushed this mulch against it to kind of make it look like it's in there a little bit. But these are the little things I'm talking about. If you're giving quotes, pay attention when you're out there, especially if you're a landscaper. Pay attention to your surroundings. This could kill you. This could ruin a job for you. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that. Super important. So I think that's all I'm going to give you guys for this time. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Here we go.